we're here with Z. I was wondering if you can tell us a little bit about your game.
Yeah, absolutely. So Once Upon a Coma, it's a narrative, psychological adventure game where you play as a little boy named Pete, and you wake up from a coma to find out that all of the parents went missing in your town, so you got to find out what's going on.
So what is Pete feeling when he wakes up?
You know, honestly, I think the realistic answer behind that is that as game developers, so we've been working, in games for a while now, and as game developers, as artists, it's very easy for us to get into a mindset where it's hard to pull ourselves out of, to the point where we have these serious doubts, bouts about depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts, even in some certain circumstances. And we wanted to be able to create a game that kind of expresses that, but at the same time raises awareness for it and teaches not only kids, but also adults who are facing the similar difficulties to go out there and tackle the world and understand that it's okay to feel this way sometimes, and you can do it. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah. So the beginning of the game is actually this giant mind trip where you're located in this mansion that keeps on looping back and forth, and you just can't really get out. And you're starting at the fireplace of this mansion. You go out there. There's a couple of doorbells that keep ringing, and phones that ring and start talking to you in different voices, and laugh at you for no reason. You don't really know what's going on. So I guess it's our way of putting the player into a mindset to show essentially an allegory of what a depressed human mind looks like in a lot of ways.
I love the color scheme that you have going on here. What's going on with the design?
So with the story of the game, if you're a kid, under the age of maybe 12 playing this game, it feels like a really fun adventure game where you go around, talk to quirky characters, a lot of children hang out together. The ending's a little weird, but you get over it. And then it's just like this really fun experience. But the truth is, if you're an adult playing this game, you'll read a completely different story. And it's actually a really sad and emotional tale about Pete over here. I'm not maybe not dive too much into the story behind it, but I'll just leave it at Pete is actually not a boy. And not only is he not a boy, he is this whole world doesn't actually exist. And everything that you're doing is only a symbolic representation of something that happens in our real world.
Oh my gosh, this is my mind right now. That is a really cool game. Well, thank you so much, Z, for taking the time to speak with us. Before we go, can you tell us, where can we play Once Upon a Coma?
Yeah, Once Upon a Coma is coming out in September this year on the Nintendo Switch as well as Steam. Nintendo Switch, hopefully. We're not 100% on that yet. Well,
best of luck to you, Z, and your team. This sounds like a really, really touching game, because not only are you bringing awareness to adults about depression and anxiety, but also kids, because when some kids are young, they may not even know what that stuff is or why they're behaving the way that they are, but you are helping them find the light, right?
Yeah, it's all about knowing the situation, understanding what happens when someone bullies you, and how you're able to reframe your mindset to make the best out of a situation. Understand that the bully comes from a different perspective, that they may not understand the full picture. And once you understand that as a kid, nothing is going to knock you down as strong as it would otherwise.
Head on over to InnerGamer.net for a full podcast episode for our weekly game impressions and top headlines of the week.
That's one of me doing an interview. Here's one of all of us. We'll make some
cool things.
Brett's also right here.
Like this video, subscribe, keep up with all the latest video game news and opinions that you care about right here on The Inner Gamer.